Hey guys, welcome to another one of my videos, and in today's video I'm going to be discussing my wish list for GTA 6. Now, as we all know, GTA 6 is probably still a long ways away, but I felt like it'd be a good idea to make a wish list of what I'd like to see in game and kind of get my thoughts on what I would like to see in the game. Now, starting off, in terms of the map, I would love to see a return to a 3-island design. Now, in Grand Theft Auto 5, we all know we just have one big map where everything's just in the one spot. There's no bridges to go in between islands or anything like that. You just have one big island. It's nice, but I would love to see a return to the old Grand Theft Auto games, which you had to unlock an island as you progressed throughout the story. You know, thinking back to San Andreas and GTA 4, this is just kind of what you had to do. Now, in terms of where I'd like to see the game set, I would love to see a location set in Vice City. I think that would be amazing, as we've seen an HD version of what we would see in Los Santos and in Liberty City, but we haven't really seen the same thing for Vice City, and I think it would be really cool to see a modern interpretation of Vice City. I think that'd be really cool to see. Now, in terms of what type of landscapes I would see in the map, I'd love to see a big variation in that and see, have a really big city, obviously, something like Miami, and then have a swampier area, maybe have some good off-roading areas in the game too, because, this is still a Grand Theft Auto game. Don't make it too realistic. Get some good variety in terrains. I'd love to see a larger airport than in GTA 5. I felt GTA 5 was really lacking in terms of a main airport. It was alright, but didn't feel super fleshed out, and I feel like we could see a bigger one in GTA 6. Now, if you've played GTA Online, I'm sure you know that there's a large focus on the city in the game, which is, the city in itself is great, but I'd love to see in GTA 6 a focus on getting out of the city and exploring and doing missions outside of just the main city in game. Now, in terms of things that you could purchase in the map, I'd love to see a car dealership where you could actually go and buy cars. You don't have to necessarily see the cars in the game, but that would be really cool. But if you could just go to the dealership, or go on the website on your phone and order cars like you could in GTA 5 and online, that would be amazing. I'd also love to see a marina where you could have a big marina where you could have purchasable boats and maybe yachts as well. I think that'd be really awesome. As well as an airport hangar. So you could have your own planes and have them stored in a personal hangar. I think that'd be really awesome. Now, I would also love to see, in terms of the story and a protagonist, I would love to see a return to just a single protagonist. I think GTA 5 did the 3 protagonists quite well, but it didn't really focus on them enough. Like, you didn't really have a good connection with the characters as you did in previous games. If you think about CJ from San Andreas or Nico from GTA 4, you could really connect with those characters because you were just playing as them. But in GTA 5, you don't really get the same connection, so I'd love to see a focus on one single protagonist. In terms of actual gameplay and the story, GTA 5 was very action-oriented, and it was really fun. It was a really fun story. But I would also like to see a little more of a serious tone, like going back to GTA 4 had a little more serious of a tone to the game than GTA 5. I'd like to see a focus on that a little more, but again, keep some of the action. I think the action is a part of the Grand Theft Auto series now, and it'd be really great to have that continue. Heists were, as we know, a big part of GTA 5, and I'd love to see, again, a large focus on heists. I think they were really fun, definitely the highlight of the GTA 5 story. So I'd like to see even more of them, and I have a feeling we will get this, as if you look towards GTA Online, the amount of heist updates we are getting is insane, and I'd love to see more of them. Now, going along with these heists, I'd like to see for example, in the GTA Online update with the casino heist, you could customize the heist and do it as you would like to do. There was so much replayability there in terms of that. So I'd love to see that happen again in the story mode this time. In terms of the amount of missions in GTA 5 versus GTA 4 and San Andreas and the older games, in terms of missions compared in GTA 5 compared to older GTA games, I would love to see an increased amount of missions in GTA 6 compared to GTA 5. As we all know, GTA 5 was shorter than some of the previous GTA games, and I'd love to see GTA 6 have more missions in it. Going along with missions, I like to see more cutscenes like Red Dead Redemption 2. Red Dead Redemption 2 had some really good cutscenes and lots of really good memorable characters. GTA 5 had a few memorable characters. We all know Lamar and Trevor and all the main characters. But I'd like to see more memorable side characters. You know, some of the previous GTA games had really memorable side characters. Well, GTA 5 is lacking compared to the other games in terms of that, so I'd really love to see that. Now, going on to vehicles. I would love to see a big focus on customizing vehicles in GTA 6. Now, if you look to GTA Online, I have a feeling we're going to get this because GTA Online has really stepped up the customization game in most cars compared to when it started out, compared to where it is now in 2020. You can see they added stuff like Benny's. I think Benny's would be amazing. You don't have to call it Benny's, but another shop that you could take your vehicles to and do some really extreme modifications to. I think that'd be really sweet, being able to customize the interiors of your cars, add liveries, which they've been doing a really good job on with GTA Online. I think if that continued in GTA 6, that would be amazing. Now, recently, in terms of vehicles added to GTA Online, we haven't really had many boats or planes added. I feel like we should get some more in GTA 6 because that's one part that has been lacking in terms of the updates in GTA Online. That'd be great to see. Now, moving on to gameplay, I would love to see a lot more variation in mission gameplay. We all know the stereotypical GTA 5 mission is, you know, drive here, shoot these people, drive here, drive back, and then you get your reward for the mission. You know, which is, it's an open world game and there are some limitations in terms of mission design, but GTA 5 did a great job in having some pretty memorable missions. We all remember the mission with Trevor where you're chasing down the airplane, you're on the dirt bike, you're jumping all across the desert. That was really, really fun. And the heists, again, super great missions in regards to that, but just more diversity and creativity in terms of missions would be amazing to see. Now, going along with something that Red Dead Redemption 2 did very well, I'd like to see more multiple choice options in the missions. Now, we all know if you're playing as Arthur, you could choose to help certain characters in missions, and you would have an alternate ending of the mission or even the game because of that. So I'd love to see some more of that in Grand Theft Auto 6, really get some more replayability and player choice in the game. In terms of vehicle physics and physics in general, I felt GTA 5 did a pretty good job of vehicle handling, but I'd like to see a bit of a mix between GTA 4's handling style and GTA 5's handling style, because some of the vehicles in GTA 5 feel a bit rushed and they don't feel fully finished and polished in terms of the handling. So especially this was with the newer vehicles added in some of the GTA Online updates. I'd love to see that kind of smoothed out and maybe add a little more. I feel like the vehicles in GTA Online are a bit too stiff. They're not very slidey. They don't really oversteer, get wheel spin, but you know, a return to GTA 4 handling style would be amazing like that, but as well as keep some of the really high speed stability from GTA 5, I think that'd be great. Now, we all know GTA 5 had tons of random events around the map, which was really, really fun. There'd be all sorts of them. I mean, there was over 50 that you could do, and that was a ton of fun. The AI in GTA Online is really overpowered, and I would love to see it kind of toned down and going back to more GTA 5 of a story mode level of difficulty. And you want an AI that is fair, but also a bit challenging. Because GTA Online, if you've played any of the missions, you know that they are headshot machines, they are on rails, they do not miss. And they're way too overpowered in Online, and I'd like to see that toned down a little bit. In terms of things that I'd like to see from previous GTA games back into GTA 6, I'd like to see more things that you could purchase, such as houses. I remember in San Andreas there was tons of houses that you could purchase across all the different parts of the map. You could go to Las Venturas and you could buy houses, or San Fierro, wherever you were, you could buy houses there. In GTA 5, you can't really do this, except for in GTA Online, where you could buy all these apartments and the stilt houses, which is really cool, but I'd love to see that in story mode as well. I think that'd be really cool to see. In terms of side missions, I'd like to see some more stuff like in GTA San Andreas, where you had the exporting of vehicles and all these other unique kind of side missions that you could do just to waste some time in the free mode. I think that'd be really fun to see back. Now, in terms of progression, I felt like GTA 5 did a pretty good job of having you start off as, at the bottom, you don't have too much, and then really by the end of the game, you have tons of money. You can buy anything you want in the game after that one final heist mission. I'd like to see the same kind of thing in GTA 6. I would love to see you start off with nothing, really have to work your way out through the story to be able to get tons of money and all of the stuff you want. And I love, like GTA 5, you have one big heist mission that's a super long mission, in depth. I like to see a crazy big reward at the end of the heist, that you could be able to spend all your money on cars, houses, whatever you wanted to at the end of this mission. Now, in terms of lessons, I think that we should learn from GTA 5 and GTA Online. I think that GTA Online has brought lots of great content to the game, but also there are some very important things that we can learn from it. GTA Online's economy is pretty broken, and the payouts are really unfair. Now, I don't think GTA 6 will be like this because, it is the story mode game, and I don't think they're going to have any microtransactions in the story mode. I really hope that they don't. I don't think they will because they didn't in Red Dead Redemption 2. But again, let's just go to hoping that there's nothing in the GTA 6 story mode. In terms of the GTA 6 Online, I think the GTA 5 Online formula is pretty great already. I mean, there's tons to do in GTA Online. I think everyone's getting bored of GTA Online because we've had the same game for, 7 years now? So everything is getting a little stale, playing on the same map from 7 years ago. We do have a rumored map expansion coming, but, it's always good to have a whole new game that you can explore and do stuff in compared to just keep updating the old game. Now, for new things to GTA Online, I can't think of any, but I'd love to have more community feedback in this comment section. I really want to bring up a big discussion around this game. I'd love to have the comment section of this video active, everyone's discussing what we'd all love to see in GTA 6. And if you guys, leave tons of comments, I'll be interacting with them. I'll be talking with you guys about that. And I'd love to talk to you guys about that. Alright guys, so this is it for my GTA 6 video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.